Last video, I said we'd find out what a single AI query actually costs to answer. Here's where that number gets strange. $700,000. That's what one well-known analyst firm calculated it cost OpenAI per day just to keep ChatGPT running. That number is real. It's been repeated in headlines, in comparison videos, in arguments about whether AI is worth it for 3 years straight. Here's the twist. That number is from February 2023. By the end of this video, you'll know what it actually costs to serve one AI query today, why free and cheap AI plans exist at all, and what happened to 3 real companies and their real users when that math stopped holding up. The subscription price was never the real number. Start with where the number actually came from, because this is the part almost nobody checks. February 9th, 2023, the analysis firm SemiAnalysis analysts Dylan Patel and Afzal Ahmad published an estimate $694,444 a day, about 0.36 cents per query. Their own words. In the piece itself, we believe we are in the correct ballpark. The model behind that estimate was GPT-3, not even GPT-4, the model that made ChatGPT famous in the first place. The user base behind it, 13 million daily active users. The number spread fast. Within weeks, it was everywhere in outlet after outlet, and it never really stopped traveling. Claimed. This is what it costs to run ChatGPT. Filed by October 2025, OpenAI reported 800 million weekly active users and 2.5 billion prompts a day, roughly 190 times the 2023 base, running models that didn't exist yet when that estimate was made. No outlet, including SemiAnalysis itself, has published a comparable aggregate figure since. Stamped. In June 2025, a Cursor user on a $20 a month plan opened their account and found $350 in charges they never agreed to. That's what happens when the real cost of a query stops being invisible. We'll get to the company behind that bill later. First, the number they were actually paying for. So, what does one query actually cost right now? Here's the honest answer. Nobody will tell you. Not OpenAI, not Anthropic, not Google. No company publishes a dollar figure per query. Yes, not once, anywhere. What does exist is energy. Epoch AI, an independent research group with no product to sell, estimated in February 2025 that a typical GPT-4o query uses about 0.3 watt-hours, roughly a tenth of the widely cited 3 watt-hour figure that circulated before them, which they traced to outdated hardware and an inflated response length. Ask it something longer, a 10,000 token input, and that climbs to about 2.5 watt-hours. Ask it something enormous and it climbs to 40. Google went further. In August 2025, they published their own real number for Gemini, not an outside estimate, their own disclosed figure. 0.24 watt-hours, 0.26 milliliters of water per typical text prompt. Their own comprehensive accounting, the one that includes idle machines and cooling overhead, not just the chip itself, still landed there. A year earlier, their number had been 33 times higher. Nobody at OpenAI or Anthropic will confirm a real number either, but one analyst firm tried to find out anyway. This June, SemiAnalysis bought the top-tier plans themselves, ran them at full heavy use until hitting the weekly cap and priced what was actually consumed at API rates. Their reported estimate, triangulated across several outlets, not a company disclosure. OpenAI's $200 Pro plan worth up to $14,000 a month in compute at the ceiling. Claude's equivalent plan reportedly around 8,000. Real number, falling fast, still not zero, and still nobody's putting it on an invoice. 2 real numbers, 1 real volume figure. Let's do the math nobody else has published. Google's own rate, 0.26 milliliters of water, 0.24 watt-hours per prompt. OpenAI's own disclosed volume, 2.5 billion prompts every single day. This is an estimate, not a reported figure. Cross-applying one company's rate to another company's scale, because no single company discloses both. Label it that way in your head, multiply it out, and you get roughly 650,000 liters of water a day, about a quarter of an Olympic swimming pool, every day, from text chat alone. And on the energy side, about 600 megawatt hours a day, enough to power roughly 20,800 American homes for 24 hours every single day. Run that out across a full year and you're at somewhere around 219 gigawatt hours, order of magnitude only, but the order of magnitude is the point. That's the part of the invoice nobody sends you. So, if it costs real money, real water, real electricity, why is so much of this free or close to it? Elena Verna, head of growth at the AI company Lovable, said it plainly on the venture firm Andreessen Horowitz's own site this April. The freemium plan costs us an arm and a leg, but we view it as a marketing expense, not as a cost center. The same piece describes AI companies over-delivering on free plans by an order of magnitude on purpose, specifically to get customers hooked before the market settles into fewer winners. That's the honest logic. It's not charity. It's customer acquisition paid for in compute instead of ad spend. The same land grab logic behind every free trial you've ever used, just running on a much more expensive product underneath. Here's the part that should surprise you more. It's not just the free users. Sam Altman, January 2025, on OpenAI's own $200 a month pro plan. Insane thing. We are currently losing money on OpenAI Pro subscriptions. People use it much more than we expected. His own words, "I personally chose the price and thought we would make some money." The subsidy doesn't stop at free, it runs all the way up the ladder. To be fair to the skeptics, because there are real ones on the record. Palantir CEO Alex Karp on CNBC this July calling the entire token-based pricing model effing insane. His argument, enterprises are paying per token for tools whose real value isn't reflected in that price at all. And the numbers behind the skepticism are real too. OpenAI itself told its own investors, this is the actual pitch, not a leak, that it burned $3.7 billion in the first quarter of 2026 alone against $5.7 billion in revenue, $73 billion in cash on hand, no positive cash flow expected until somewhere around 2030. Even the demand side is straining, not just the cost side. Sam Altman, March last year, after viral feature launch, "Our GPUs are melting." A few weeks later, on stage at TED, he admitted the growth had left his own teams exhausted and stressed. His words, "I have never seen growth in any company like this." Losing money on purpose at this scale for this long is either the smartest bet in the industry or the most expensive one. Right now, nobody outside the room actually knows which, and anyone who tells you they do is guessing with more confidence than the CEOs themselves have shown in public. Here's what it actually looks like when that bet stops holding, starting with the company behind that $350 bill from the top of this video. Cursor, the AI coding tool, June 2025. Quietly, the company replaced its flat $20 a month plan with raw usage-based billing. Their own stated reason: new models can spend more tokens per request. CEO Michael Truell in public that July. "We didn't handle this pricing rollout well, and we're sorry. Character.AI saw it coming a year earlier, 20 million monthly users, roughly $30 million a month in revenue. and still, by its own reporting, in 2025 weighing a sale over mounting cloud computing costs. This year, the bill actually arrived for its users, full-screen ads for free accounts, then metered limits on features that used to be unlimited, the company's own stated reason: managing infrastructure cost. And 2 years before either of them, it happened to an entire company. Stability AI, the company behind Stable Diffusion, burned $99 million on cloud compute in 2023 against just $11 million in revenue. By October that year, under $4 million left in the bank, bills to Amazon and Google going unpaid. The CEO resigned the following March. 3 different companies. Same invoice, showing up late. Both things are true at once. Free and cheap AI is a real, disclosed working strategy. Investors are shown the burn ahead of time, as the actual pitch, not misled after the fact. That's not a scandal, that's venture economics, working exactly as designed at a scale nobody's run it at before. And the unit economics are visibly, publicly catching up. This year, at real companies to real users who didn't sign up for a science experiment in subsidized compute. A coding tools users got a surprise bill. A companion apps users lost a free feature. A whole company nearly didn't survive it. Free was never costless. Someone chose to eat the cost on purpose for now. Nobody tells you when for now ends. The $700,000 a day number wasn't wrong. It was just 3 years old. And it was already too small to matter within months of being published. Every number in this video has the same expiration date, including all of them. Next time, the economics of owning an AI data center, the mayor's promise, 59 illegal gas turbines, and who actually gets rich building the thing. If you'd rather know the real dated number than repeat the viral one, that's this channel. Subscribe, there's a new one every week.